Mario Party Superstars has 5 boards, and I'm going to rank them from least favorite to most favorite, so let's get right into it. Number 5 is Woody Woods. I think this is most people's least or second least favorite. For some, it ranges from will never play to I'll play every now and then, but would rather just play the other boards. I'm with the second statement. What makes a good board good is the balance it has between strategy, luck, and skill. Every board needs a little chaos, but too much chaos just negates any skill that comes from winning the coins from minigames and versus battles. There are 3 signs on the boards, and at the beginning of every round, all signs switch. So if it was left, left, now it's right, left, right. If you miss a star, you can easily have to go 30 steps to make it back. Then, when someone buys a star, the star can move somewhere right before a sign moves, and then you have to pass it. You should be able to pay 10 to 20 coins and flip the sign the other way when you get to it, instead of paying Monty Mole to flip it when you aren't even close. It doesn't help you, it just screws whoever is closest to it. I mean, a lot of games for me, I've only played it twice, but the star count was really low. I think we ended up with the most people having is just 2, and then when all the classic stars at the end came, I ended up with 1 star to 4 stars. I like the layout of it and the theme, but why play the Happy Woods when I could play just a better version of it with the Haunted Woods? So we'll talk about that one later. The tree happening spots are a great idea though, and they add a little liveliness to this board. So all in all, I mean, I just think it's too much chaos, and it's hard to actually buy a star, and yeah, there's actually no Boo in this map either, so there's not a lot going for it in my opinion. Like I said, it's like in Smash Bros, why play Marth when you could play Lucina? Why play Woody Woods when you could play the better version of it coming up in my rankings? Number 4 is Yoshi's Tropical Island. I'd assume for most, the ones who had this 5th or 4th just didn't like it because of how simple it is. But sometimes, simple is better. I wouldn't want 5 simple boards, but to have a more beginner-friendly board with a lot less chaos is great too. I love the beach theme of it, and is my second favorite theme of the boards. Who can ever go wrong with the beach theme in, video games? I mean, look at how many people love Sunshine because of it. The board is pretty small, so getting custom dice for guaranteed 10s can make you travel a good portion of the map. The happening spots make for some real fun because you can strategize with hitting the spot to make someone get forced to see Bowser or it to work in your favor, and now all of a sudden you're going towards the star. There's nothing better than when everyone goes one direction and then you hit the happening spot and now they're all running to Bowser and you're going the right direction. That is by far one of the most satisfying happening spots in this game. Cursed dice can help wait it out, and hopefully someone steps on the happening spot, or custom dice can, help it so you can help or hurt your opponents. My one problem with the map is I feel the Thwomps don't do too much on this board. I never find myself wanting to pay more than I have to, which is the minimum. The cost only ever gets up to like 5 to 6 coins from what I see from the games I've played. I just don't see a strategy where I'd want to pay 40 coins, because then there's a chance I have to go back this way and I can't afford it. The only strategy I can see is if it's the last turn and I'm first and I'm heading towards a star and have enough money for the star. And to make the payment on the Thwomp so expensive that the others can't pass. But even still, at the end of the games, if you're all tied in stars, then it comes down to who has most coins remain in the end. And if you use those 40 coins, that can really hurt your chances. And anyways, this strategy is only something that's effective towards like the last maybe 2 turns, so it has little to no interaction in like the first 12-13 turns. I feel they could have made it where you need to quickly press the button that the Thwomp's ask in 2 seconds, like A, B, X, or Y, and if you don't, you get smushed and lose 10 to 20 coins randomly. I think that would have been a lot more fun. But overall, a nice, solid, simple board that is friendly to beginners, but still allows a lot of strategy for more skilled players. Number 3, Spaceland. This is a pretty solid board, with some chaos that can really screw an opponent in the later rounds, but has a lot of build-up and has a fun theme going on. I would have preferred if it was Galaxyland and had more of a Mario Galaxy theme, but this is a remake of an old board, so I understand. Galaxyland would have been number 1 for me, since Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are 2 of my favorite games of all time. This map has 2 key doors and 2 boos, so definitely allows for some skill, strategy, and the use of inventory. Sometimes you want to hoard money so you can get a boo, and sometimes you want to waste a key so that you have space to buy a golden pipe and some dice. Its 2 big gimmicks that has going on are the police that control for you in eternity, and it can make you go back 1 to 20 spaces. I love how it can get more than one person, so if you're behind everyone and one person steps on the spot, now you're all on the, all front runners for the star. It's a nice happening spot that can definitely change the tide of the game. The big spot is in the middle with a countdown from 5. If you pass it 5 times, then the Bowser laser will go off in its path facing it, and anybody in its path, it will take all of your coins. And trust me, I know this one because this happened the first time I played this map. I lost 80 coins. I feel this normally happens towards 10 rounds, so at this point, you probably have a lot of coins, and now all of a sudden you're wiped out of 50 plus coins because of you or someone else. In a 15 round game, I feel this only happens once, so maybe make the countdown from 3 or 4. This would be better. I'd like to see it happen twice a game. All in all, a solid board, and it would have been cool to see more characters just floating around on the board, like floating bloopers, floating Goomba, or floating Koopas. Something to liven up the board just a little. Number 2 is Horrorland. This board has by far the coolest theme of the boards, and I love the concept it has going with it. In Mario Sluggers, I loved how some day maps would play differently than their night maps. Day maps are a little more controlled and relaxed, whereas the night maps are just sheer chaos. This seems to be the case here, and nothing better than adding a little spook to a map. What would top off this map is if one of the boos read your future for 5 coins and told you that you're the father. Ignore my terrible joke. So this map is the only one with this concept of 2 different boards in one. It has so many things going on that it just works. During the day, you can pay the Thromps and you can pass them, but during the night, they are frozen and you have no option but to keep going forward. It changes between day and night every 2 rounds. Kid Cudi would love this map. I'm on fire with this board and the jokes. The event spaces are fun because it automatically changes to day or night, which can help or hurt you and the others. It reminds me of Yoshi's map with how it changes the spot of the star, and it has a little similar feel to it. You can pay Kamek to also change the time of day, and obviously have all the boos to interact with. Lastly, let's not forget about the huge game changer. Spaceland has a laser that can wipe someone's coins, which would suck if you have 100 coins. Here, King Boo is accessed through a key and has to be nighttime. He will either steal a star from everyone for 150 coins, so you get 3 stars and everyone loses 1 star. It can make you go from last to first real quick. It's a good strategy. You can just aim for the stars the whole game, or just aim to rack up as much money and items as possible, and just wait till the end and visit King Boo. If you don't want to pay 150, he will steal everyone's coins for free, so that can easily be 30 to 50 coins taken, which is great if you have a golden pipe too. I love the theme of the board, all the characters around the board, like just the boos partying the night away, all the different interactions with the board, like Kamek or Thromp, or the huge game changer of King Boo. This board has a little of everything, and I feel like it takes one aspect of every map and throws it into one. You'd think this is my favorite board with the way I talked about it, but apparently it's everyone's favorite board according to the online stats. Number 1 is Peach's Birthday Cake. This board can really allow for some chaos to happen towards the end through all of the grinding and work you did towards the beginning. I think these are the best type of maps. Reward you for the skill of winning minigames towards the beginning and allowing all of that to be transitioned into some madness towards the end. You never know who's going to win until the ending due to all the happening spaces invested in towards the end. It's a linear path to the star on top that never moves after being bought. Luckily, they changed this board to where you don't need a seed before the star to hopefully get good RNG, where it transports you to it. You deal with the seed gimmick after you buy a star, which I think is fair and fun. After you get a star, there are 4 seeds. 3 seeds let you go to the beginning of the board, and 1 seed lets you go towards Bowser's cake. Get your mind out the gutter. If you go to Bowser's path, it's a shortcut, and you don't have to face that happening space, which can be good towards the end of the game. But bad because you have to pay 20 coins to get hit upside the head with a rock cake, and he laughs at you. What a troll. There is a Bowser space, 3 red spaces, and a chance space, and a versus space. So a lot of stuff is happening that, can go against you, or it might work in your favor. I played once. 2 different people go to the Bowser path, and yet I was the one getting screwed over. So it's not all that bad to go Bowser's path, because also you're closer to the star than if you were to start from the beginning. You just have to hope you have a lot of coins, because first you have to pay the Goomba 10 coins, regardless of what seed you get, and then you pay Bowser 20. That's 30 coins, which can be a lot, especially towards the beginning of the game. Now for the coolest idea of a happening spot. This board feels like Monopoly because of it. If you land on one of the happening spots, you can pay 5 coins to steal other people's coins, or 30 coins to steal a star. After 2 people land on your spot, it becomes free real estate. If you land on the spot, it gives you coins and gives you the ability to upgrade from stealing to coins to stars. There are 5 different sections of happening spots, so you better invest quick so you don't get screwed once all the spots are occupied. This is what I mean, that it might be better to get the Bowser path towards the end, so at least you give 20 coins instead of giving someone, or multiple people, your stars. Custom diced items become extremely huge in this map. The end of the game can become a heart attack due to all the happening spots you have to avoid. Forget trying to buy stars, you just want to keep your stars. So all in all, there's 5 maps on this board, and a lot of people data mined it and heard there might be DLC, which is great because honestly, I think it just needs 2 more boards. 4 of the boards are great in my opinion, and I could replay them a lot. Woody Woods is the only one exception, which I'd rather not play, but if someone's really adamant about playing him, I wouldn't mind. So like I said, all in all, a great game. Might need 2 more boards, maybe a few characters, but solid game, and hopefully the next Mario Party is kind of going down this right path. Like and subscribe for more Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, and video game content.